Don't want to do it this way. Get alright. Oh no, put the hair up. Oh, it's working. Oh no. Hold up, hold up. Let me see. Let me see if we can get it working. Hey y'all. Give me a second, alright? I'm looking a little crusty. And this hair, I haven't done a video on yet, so I'm not trying to give away all the goods. Not yet. I'm just gonna put it up in this little thing here. I look so different with blonde hair, y'all. Alright. Y'all got there we go. Alright, y'all gotta forgive me. Because it is like past midnight, so if I start talking a little crazy, it's past my bedtime, alright? Hey, my love. Um, I'm getting ready to. Alright, let me sit down and get comfortable so I can talk to y'all. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Or does it sound like you hear like a buzzing sound or staticky? Y'all let me know. Dragonfly, hey girl, hey, if you are a girl. Oh, I have my headphones in because my phone, something is wrong with the speaker, and that's why I haven't been getting. Oh my god. Okay, it's muffled, but can you hear me? Like, if I talk like this? Yes? Okay. I might have to use a different phone the next time I try to get on live. I feel very, I feel like a predator with this paddling. Um, do you get headaches with the water fast? I have a potato tumor, releasing. I really don't know how to say that. I feel slow right now because I'm very good at vocabulary, but I'm scared to try fast because of a headache. If you're scared or you have um, if any apprehensiveness about trying a water fast, I would definitely talk to your doctor. Disclaimer, disclaimer, but for real. Um, Last year, my health was in a much better standing than where it is this year. So I've also been a little bit worried about going into this water fast because I've been having a lot of problems with my metabolic health since um, starting and falling out of ketosis this this year. Like starting the water fast and going into keto, I was after I got out of keto and I started carb binging and everything, my health has just been ass. Like I'm trying to get back to square one, A1, like before I had Cairo feeling fire. You feel me? So, um, but the one reason that I am going through with it, not consulting any doctor or anything, is because last year when I did the water fast, I felt so amazing. I felt like I was curing my body of anything that could have been wrong with it at that moment. And I'm not a doctor, so don't look to me as the doc when I'm answering any questions because I've only ever done this one other time, but I totally feel the power in doing this. And um, if I actually had the chance to talk to my doctor that I actually get along with, who specializes in weight loss patients, um, not just weight loss surgery patients, because I asked him about that, and I'm like, I'm at a loss because anyway, my bad. Girl, I'm with you, but I'm not going to lie. I'm nervous. Okay, girl. When I started last year, I was so nervous, but at the same time, if if you didn't already hear me say it, if I added it into that video, I made the choice to go on a water fast like less than 48 hours before I actually did the water fast. It was kind of like um, I actually got an email. This is crazy, freaking weird, and I may even actually make a video about this, but I got an email from one of my subscribers who didn't tell me who they were, but they told me that they had a dream that that they needed to tell me that God said that I needed to go on a 3 day water fast. And I was like, what the hell? And that was like months prior to me doing it. And I kind of read the email. I was a little shook. And then I just let the idea go. I was like, I ain't never going to go 3 days without eating. You trying to kill me. But after doing it, y'all, like I keep saying it, but until you actually do it yourself and you feel what I'm talking about, you will never know the feeling. It's crazy. I still feel like a whole creep in this head. I feel like I'm sitting in a park waiting for a child. Okay, so how did you prepare for the water fast and your advice on the keto diet? Let me try to gather all of your questions so I can see if I can group any of them together. Um, okay. All right. So as far as preparing for the water fast, I did that video pretty quickly, not expecting the response that it got because I didn't put my all into that video. It was kind of just like an announcement, like, "Hey, you guys, I'm going on another water fast. You should try it with me." But I did get a lot of questions, and the biggest thing that can help you prepare for a water fast if you've never done it is not going straight into it, like deciding that because you hear me talking about it now that you want to do it too, and you've been eating normal your entire life, it's really going to be a struggle for you. But at the same time, like I said, going into it for the first time myself, I decided 2 days before. So when I made the decision to do it, the next day before I started, I just ate fruits and vegetables. And that's what I can recommend the most. Stay away from meat and dairy. And if you can, if at all possible, if you're not on a keto diet, try eating lower carb things like the week leading up to the actual water fast. And on at least 2 or 3 days prior to the water fast beginning, make sure that you're only eating fruits and vegetables and very light meals. So you're kind of training your body to understand that you're not going to be having as much food or any food at that matter for that matter. Um, then also up your water intake throughout the entire days. If you feel like you are getting dehydrated, because while on this water fast, it's very easy to get dehydrated, especially if you're drinking distilled water. You want to add electrolytes into your water, being that pink Himalayan salt, or you can buy like supplemental electrolytes. I actually have some here somewhere in my closet. I haven't opened them yet, but thank you. Um, but besides the supplements and the sea salt, you can also use, what is it? I would just stick to those two things, or you can use mineral water, like the fizzy mineral water. I would stay away from the flavored ones, just because they may have like some added fake something that you don't need on a water fast, because we're trying to get all the fake out. We're trying to detox, right? So, along with saying that, a lot of people question me about supplements. While on the water fast, do I take any? Do I allow myself to have gum? Um, do I brush my teeth? And that kind of goes into dry and wet water fasting, which I'm not going to do. I'm just normal water fasting. But last time I did not take any supplements. I wasn't on any prescribed medication at the time, so I didn't have to worry about that. But if you are, again, you need to consult a doctor before starting your water fast. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of doctors out there tell you, why are you going on a water fast? They look at you like you're crazy. And then they ask, is it your religion? You say no. They really look at you like you're crazy. And it's like you shouldn't have to break down, I'm trying to do this for my health, the autophagy, autophagy. I'm forgetting how to pronounce the word at the moment, but basically the breaking down of okay, I'll explain it really quick. Okay. So when your body is in fasting, right? When you're water fasting, your body starts eating all of the glucose that you have stored, right? Once there's no more glucose for your body to burn through, it'll start burning through fat, and it'll also start burning through the dead broken like cells in your body. So it's basically like going through your body and doing a cleanup, right? Like a sweep. And I'm glad I remembered that because I wanted to say that in this video. But back to what I was saying, the supplements, a lot of supplements that you can take, whether you know they're good for you or supposedly good for you, even down to something like a multivitamin. A lot of the time they have added like cellulose and um, whatever the actual supplement is made out of, like the plastic type of thing around it, right? And I don't know how terrible that is for your body. Obviously, if you're consuming it every time you take the pill, it's probably not that bad. But at the same time, if you're taking all natural supplements, something like a B12, which I got today, that's really going to help me with my energy. I also do not eat meat regularly, so it's good for me to have B12, but I'm not going to be taking my normal um, multivitamin and what else? I take a probiotic. I take a um, like a fiber gummy, and other than that, I don't take any other. It's time. Other than that, I don't take any other gummies because I don't like getting your supplementation from gummies because they have sugar most of the time, and if they don't, they have fake sugar. Um, and we're trying to keep it holistic. I see. I can tell 2019 is going to be a very genuine year. If I haven't already been genuine enough with you guys, um, I'm coming to y'all raw because I feel hella ugly right now, and I don't care. I'm fasting at the moment. I'm on hour 32 of my 48-hour fast. I think that I may go one more day. Do it. Do it. And if you get to tomorrow and you feel like you can do it again, go another day. Now, actually, I just saw I was doing some reading, like rereading some old articles about water fasting, and it said unless you have previously consulted a doctor or medical specialist, don't go for more than 72 hours water fasting. And I wasn't planning on it, but at the same time, when you get to day 3, when you come to that realization, like, oh my God, I did it, you're like, I can go another day. I can go 4 more days. And I feel like if it wasn't for me filming a mukbang with a friend in a couple of days, then I probably would do it. But we're gonna do that the day that I break my fast. So we're gonna do it like later in the day. Um, and I was kind of worried about that because we planned this a while ago, and I wasn't thinking about the water fast because one of the most important things about starting a water fast is the way that you end the water fast. So just as it is important to lead up, let me not talk weird. Just as important as it is for you to prepare in the right way, eating the right foods, um, and starting the process of elimination, it's just as important when you finish the fast to break your fast with something very dense like lightly cooked vegetables and um, soup, bone broth, bone, bone broth, and things of that nature. Because it's like as soon as we break a fast, we're like, oh my God, we can eat. I want steak. I want chicken. I want food, food, like harsh food, and we don't need to eat that. Meaning, eat thank school. Should I use any certain type? Okay, thank you for asking, because that was on my brain earlier when I was thinking, but I didn't write anything down. As far as using a specific type of water, this is what I do. I haven't found anywhere that there's a specific way that you should do this, but going into the water fast on the very first day, I usually feel, the most puffy. I'm holding the most water. Normally, I've been eating, if not too many carbs, right? So I have maybe a little bit of inflammation in my body. I might just be holding water, right? So I want to get any excess water out. And by drinking distilled water for usually the first day, that really helps to pull out that extra water. And you may even start to notice that, like physically, like looking at yourself in the mirror, like, wow, like, I know I will start noticing that tomorrow. So I'm drinking my distilled water. But one thing about distilled water, with taking all the water out of your body, the extra water, you tend to get dehydrated. So if you start feeling like you're getting thirsty, even though you're already drinking water, just add some of the sea salt to your water. Or what I do, I don't know if I'm weird for this, but if I start getting like really like weak, usually on the in the middle or towards the end of day two, I'll just take the sea salt. I'll like lick my hand, put the sea salt on my hand, lick the salt instead of adding it to my water because I don't like drinking salt water. I don't know, but that definitely helps, and it really makes you feel like you got like a short burst of energy, like within seconds. um, the snake water fast. I actually just saw a video titled that, and I didn't click it, so I don't know about that. But you could enlighten me. Um, and then as far as for the rest of the fast, I would just say continue drinking. Uh, well, I won't advise to drink any specific water. Just if you start feeling like you're drinking too much mineral water or you're drinking too much alkaline water, and you're starting to build up more, like you're starting to hold more water, then start drinking distilled water. But I don't know how good it would be to like bounce back and forth. The the whole lost my word. The whole objective of the water fast is to be drinking water, right? So drink water and you'll be good, right? But don't drink tap water. Please try to stay away from tap water because, like I said, we're trying to. Oh, let me get. We're trying to get detoxified. So by drinking tap water, we're putting a lot more fluoride back in our bodies, and we're basically, we may still be losing weight. We might feel a little better, but tap water is not good for us. Not trying to be bougie. I'm just saying. And apple cider vinegar, I was actually going to ask a couple people who I know have water fasted before if they took apple cider vinegar while doing it, because I know apple cider vinegar gives you like dumb energy. In the beginning of my workout, of my weight loss journey, I want to say maybe like 2 months in, a month, whenever I started working out, before I ever used pre workout, I used apple cider vinegar. I took a shot of it in the morning, right? And that kind of gave me like that little energy boost that I needed. Thank you, Life Adventures, because I definitely feel like a little boy right now. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys! Like next time, next year, because I'm gonna make this 3-day water fast a thing. I'm gonna do it at least. I'm gonna start doing it more often than just over like the little holiday, like New Year's break or whatever. But I am going to do it for the last 3 days of the year every year. That's gonna be my thing. Um, any weight loss plateau advice? Wanted to turn in, but audio for now. What? Audio said no? Is it really that bad, you guys? Is it like really, really muffled? Like this is starting to make me so sad because I want to get on live like all the time. And I don't have money for a new phone right now. I don't. But I really do. I really do. Might have to go ahead and get a credit card. Um, with energy. Yeah, it really does work with energy, the apple cider vinegar. Um, content, by the way. You guys, let me confide in you. Really, I'm not gonna cry. Y'all know I'm emotional, but I'm not gonna cry. Um, let me confide in you guys right now, okay? You have no idea how much it means to me when you guys tell me that you like my content and that you appreciate my videos and that they help you, because I have time like so often where I'm looking at my videos like not even comparing myself to other people's videos, but just like looking at my videos as a viewer, and I'm like, if I wasn't me, I wouldn't watch me. And of course, that's not nice. We have to be nice to ourselves, right? And there's some videos where I laugh and I'm like, I'm stupid as shit. But um, like overall, I just feel like I could do so much better. And I think about it a lot of the time. And people like to see me, like physically see me and hear me talk. But I do so much better with writing. Like I can express myself so much better through writing. And I started a blog maybe 2 years ago. I want to say like 2 years ago, and it's still there. I don't post on it anymore because I'm so busy trying to get my own website started and everything. But I think I'm going to put my blog over there and just start blogging again. So, keep up with making videos, but do, the majority of my best content, like my most descriptive content and most helpful content on my website. So, you feel me? And guess what, you guys? I'm about to get back to the whole topic of water fasting in 1 second. But, y'all, we getting so close to 100K. The fam is so close that the second, I need to see if I can get like a little countdown timer somewhere that like rings, like when you need a kidney and the little thing dings and you get the kidney. I need something like that for 100K because I have a special surprise under my bed right now. Um, and I'm going to tell you guys because you're here, and I'm not going to. Well, because all of the lives are muffled right now, I'm not going to save them. But for those of you guys who are tuning in right now, I have 5 limited edition custom hoodies that I'm going to drop at 100K, and there's only going to be 5 of them I'm ever going to make. I might have other hoodies made like later as merch or whatever, but these are so special to me. I have one of them, and then there's only 5 other ones that exist, and I'm not going to be making more. So I'm so excited to like the 5 people that buy those because one, they all come with like a personal little like tear filled like message from me along with another gift added to it. So that's just a little gem I wanted to drop on y'all. But yeah. So back to water fasting. Um Moreno Nacional. Ooh, you love me. Well, I love you too. Keep growing your channel and stuff because I was really unhappy with myself when I found one of your videos. And whoa, where we go? Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. That really inspired me to do better. So thank you. Keep doing awesome. Oh, Steve. Oh, you're too sweet. You guys, this year has been um oh she. All right, Dragon. Hello from NC. Oh, Amanda, what part? Girl, we kind of close. I'm in VA. I can drive. We can have lunch with him. Go get a little smoothie. Nah, I'm just playing. But we really can though. I do like smoothies. You are such a divine and special individual. God bless you. Thank you. Wait. Asa? Asia. Asia? Asa. I bet it's Asia. But, well, this is Asia. So it would be another vowel after this. I don't know. Just let me know. Oh, it is? Okay. Okay, A. All right. So, you guys, back to water fasting. Let me not get off topic because it's so sad that I have my most energy at the time when I'm supposed to be dead sleep so I can work out and start life at the right time in the morning. But I'm trying to think if there's any like other important things to touch on when it comes to the fast. Um, I said the supplement, taking, breaking fast. Do you guys have any other questions about water fasting, or did I miss any of the ones you asked earlier? Mm. Two, three, 3 days. Someone is who said that? Who said that? Miss Liv 8585, girl, if you're still here, I know you asked me this question like way back in the combo. But as far as advice on keto, um, I was very, very extremely successful in starting keto last year, and that was like right after like in transition from my water fast, and it was like, girl, it went so perfect. Like I didn't even feel like I needed the keto strips. I feel like I adapted so quickly. I don't know how the actual process of ketosis, how long it takes, but I felt like I wasn't craving sugar. I was dropping weight like at a crazy rate, like 10 pounds in the first week. And I know that was getting rid of water, but it was happening like it was supposed to. And it was going great for like a whole month. If you watched my How Keto Ruined My Life video, which I often think about deleting because it's so controversial. And so many people are so mad that I took the comments down off that video or like turned the comments off because people were arguing with each other and I was getting so annoyed by the notification. Anyway, um, but after the first month, I was sent a keto cookie, right? A keto cookie by one of the companies that wanted to sponsor me, and I or wanted me to sponsor, wanted me to do promo for them. Okay, so I tried the cookie. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, it's been a minute since I had anything sweet, and I really want to try this cookie. And like I said, keto was going fine. I was having no hunger, carb cravings or anything. Um, I ate the cookie. I felt fine. I went to sleep. I woke up and I felt like shit. I felt so bad. I felt like I had like a stomach virus. Like I wasn't throwing up or anything, but I felt like I had a hangover, like harsh hangover. And I was like, I was sitting there, like I remember I was crying. I was like, what is happening? And the second that, see, that's what I thought keto flu, but keto flu is more like when you're getting adapted to keto and, or at least what from what I was thinking, keto flu is like when you don't have enough electrolytes and you are having trouble adapting to keto. And I didn't go through any of that. I made sure I had electrolytes. I made sure I was always keeping up with my salt. I was doing really good. So it wasn't until I had that cookie that later I found out did not have all keto approved ingredients in it, and they like got a lot of backlash from that, and since have had to change the recipe, and I think like lost a lot of their fan love. But um, after eating that cookie and waking up, I went to my kitchen and I tore shit up. I ate like no exaggeration. I'm more than positive I ate 10,000 calories that day, easily, so easily. I went to, and I've never felt like this a day in my life, even at my biggest, at my highest, at my drunkest. I've never ate so much food in my life, and Um, yo, I was miserable, but literally from like 8 a.m. Plus, I was intermittent fasting, and I never ate until like 1 p.m. But that morning, when I woke up feeling like shit, I I went to my kitchen. I started eating everything. I think the first thing I ate was like, oh my god, why am I feeling like this? I need to eat eggs. So I ate like eggs and avocado, and I was like, this ain't doing it at all. And I ate like a whole avocado, which usually makes me full for a long time. But having a lot of fat did not do anything for me at that moment. I went back to my kitchen. I ate like 4 or 5 pieces of toast, whole grain, but toast. I'm like, yo, I really just slipped all the way out of keto. What's going on? So I ate that. I drank water. I went to back to like editing and doing some what normal daily stuff. And the second after I drank my water, I ran back to the kitchen. Like ran like the kitchen was on fire and I had to put it out to go get food. Never in my life. And that went on for an entire week straight. Like I tried to fight it with everything I had. I tried to get myself out of the house. I tried to work out, and no matter like what I did, if I left the house or if I went to go work out, I had 10 times the appetite when I came back home, and I just ate. I filled the void, like gave into every craving, and it was crazy that I didn't gain any weight that week. So I was so puzzled, like a piece, what the hell was going on, and I was like, my body must have like obviously reacted to the cookie or something that was in it, and I thought it was the sugar alcohol. But because if you have too many of those, sometimes your body can kind of like start craving and wanting real sugar. But I did find out that it was real sugar later. And so my theory in my mind was my body got that little fix, right, of sugar. And it was like, oh, she must be trying to go back to sugar burning. She's not going to be burning fat anymore. So we need to hurry up and get as much sugar as we can before it's not around anymore. And it probably goes so much deeper than that mentally. But you guys, I've never lacked self control so much in my life. A lot of people who come to me and they tell me, I can't stop eating. I try, but I just can't stop. I'm like, you can stop. You're just not. You're not being hard enough on yourself. You're not focused enough. But after going through that, I see, especially like people with diabetes and other metabolic disorders, like I'm finally understanding how physically hard it can be. And I totally feel for people who come to me with their like, I just can't stop. Now that's not an excuse to drink soda and eat cookies and cakes every day, but at the same time, yeah, I'm just on a roll, y'all. They lied, they lied. Yes, girl, they lied. And I was so angry because I liked them as a brand. Um, they marketed themselves well. We had a good little relationship at the moment. But after that happened, I went off on them in the email. I took the video down. I was like, nah, y'all ain't gonna play with me because I was going so good. And I can only imagine what would have happened, like what my health would have been like if, say, that never happened and I never got knocked out of ketosis. Maybe I would be doing like really well right now. Another thing I want to mention is I was like pre-diabetic at my biggest. I've always had like insulin resistant symptoms like my entire life, so that I can remember, even from being obviously like 100 pounds at age 4. If you weigh that much, there's obviously some type of insulin resistance going on in your body to have your upper torso being where you hold most of your weight, you have insulin resistance whether you argue it or not. It's like proven. So I've always carried most of my weight in my upper torso, always, along with a lot of other insulin resistance like characteristics, um, and like half like PCOS, and that comes into play where I've had like um, hair on my chin. I still got that. And I've always been tested for PCOS, and they say that I don't have it, and this and that. They try to put me on some synthetic steroidal type of drugs, and I'm like, I'm not taking any man-made medicine. I will eat my way out of whatever disease may be in my body. And also, I've never had a regular period except for after the whole keto thing and the carb binging and all that. It was the first time I had amenorrhea. I believe that's what it's called when you don't have a period. And that lasted for like 3 months. Weirdest thing of my life, but it was hard. Um, what else? And I touched on Instagram on a post about this when my neck used to be super black, like dark, extremely like turtleneck dark black rings that I'm sure you guys have either had yourself if you've been overweight or you've seen on other people. And mine was so bad at a point that it didn't even feel like skin. It was so coarse, like so they compare it to feeling like velvety, but it wasn't that at that point anymore. It was like hard, like reptile, like scary. Like I was so ashamed of that back in the day. And I also had it under my arms, at any crease in my body, like between my thighs. And that since has gone away between my thighs and obviously on my neck. But I still see like a little bit of darkness on my arms sometimes. But maybe that's just from wearing deodorant and letting shit cake up, shaking my head. Because we all know deodorant is not good for our bodies either. But I'm not trying to be no sweaty Betty. And I like secrets. I like degree even more. You see? Um, um, Bobby Brown. Hey, Bobby, how are you? How's the baby? Oh my God, God, I'm shaking my head at me for not being asleep because he will be up at the ass crack of dawn, ready to play. And you guys, he's starting to get into everything today. He ate a crayon or like a special effects makeup thing that I had laying around, shaking my head at me, but it was green, and he ate it and decided he was Picasso all over the wall and on the bookshelf. And I just wanted to reprimand him in the nicest way. I wanted to punt him like a football. I was so mad at him, but at the same time, I can't get mad because he's learning. You know, me and and Cuddy, it's like really hard because we've been around kids before, but being around that kid every day, and he knows that he's cute, and he makes certain faces when he does stuff, and he tries to get us to laugh, and oh, he knows. Um, anyway, Cairo is being so good, you guys. He is so smart, and I'm so proud of that baby. Um, when you water fast, do you fast all day? All day, baby, all day. 24 hours. No, no, no. I'm sorry, 72 hours. Don't eat nothing. This ain't no Ramadan. I know they eat like one meal right at night or something, like all together as a family. Nah, I don't eat none. Um, what did you do? You're so beautiful. You only human. You still continue to carry. You still keep to your water fasting to go start. Oh, thank you, Tamara. Tamara. I never know how to say that name when I see it because white women who be named that be like Tamara, but the black girls be Tamara. So not to be I'm both, so no races, but what did you do to replace your eating habits? Um, like I tell a lot of people, when I started my weight loss journey, I was completely fed up with my entire life, and I was willing to do, eat, kill, sniff anything I needed to lose the weight. And so at that point, I was like tunnel vision. Cut out what you're not supposed to eat what you're supposed to eat. And I never felt that like urge so badly in my life until then. So it was like I've always been a smart human. Like I've always been an intellectual enough to know what is good and what is not good for our bodies. Like maybe not down to the specific ingredients, but I know what I am supposed to eat, what makes my body feel good, what doesn't. So I'm cutting out processed foods here and there, like everywhere. Um, the first thing that I did, first thing I tell everyone is I cut out red meat. Now I'm not going to tell you red meat is like going to kill you, but I know myself when I eat red meat. Um, I haven't for like 4 years now, but when I did by accident, you guys, I felt like I was dying. My face was so hot, like my entire body was throbbing, like my vision was blurry. I was like, never again. Same thing with pork. Um, but cutting out red meat really like helped me lose weight quickly, like 30 pounds in the first month. I say it to everybody because I liked red meat and I ate a lot of hamburgers and I ate a lot of steak. And after cutting those things out and giving my body a chance to like rest from that, it was like, yes, sis, let's go. Because red meat can stay in your body for like 6 days, up to 6 days. And if you're eating it every single day, can you imagine how much meat you have in your body? That's yeah. And not to mention, most of the meat that most of us eat is not organic all the time. We go out to restaurants here and there. We get a Philly cheesesteak. No, no, no. That ain't no grass fed cow. If it's a whole cow at all. So you gotta think about what you eat. And then after cutting out red meat and everything, cutting out all processed, I really started to be like very diligent with eating fruits and vegetables like often. I would always make like I would still eat my other meats um besides the beef and pork. Like I was still eating turkey and um chicken and seafood, but I would keep my plate looking like 70 no like 60% vegetables, like a small 20% carbs, and then the what does that leave that? No, like 10% carbs, and then like 30% protein. Um, if you, like me, have ever had insulin problems, metabolic issues, whatever, too much protein is basically going to do the same thing as eating too much sugar. And I learned that the hard way because one of the reasons that I've cut meat out of my diet besides seafood, and I feel like I need to let that go at times just because it's like very addicting to me. I love protein. Like my body craves protein. Like and with meat, literally, this is no lie. Even right now, if you gave it to me, I could probably eat like 10 drumsticks just because after I eat one, it's like, oh my god, I don't know what it is. I love protein. Hey girl, what's up, girl? But yeah, um, so cut out all protein, whatever. So that's what my plate be looking like. And then as far as changing my diet, otherwise, I was working a very physically demanding job. I was up on my feet basically the entire time I was at work from like 2 in the afternoon till sometimes 3 in the morning, most of the time 10 at night. But I was active the entire day. So it was like my day looked like I woke up. went to the gym at 9, came home, took a shower, ate my biggest meal of the day, went to work, ate like snacks, little bits here and there, but most of the time I was probably on, I don't know, I was burning all the calories that I was eating for sure. So that's how I really lost my weight so quickly. If I didn't have that job, like it was the most stressful job of my entire life. I I wouldn't wish that job on anyone, but it definitely played a part in my weight loss. So I have to be thankful for that, you know. And it paid the bills. So. Um, I have an autoimmune disease, and I'm starting AIT paleo and pairing that with watercress. Oh my God, y'all know? You never told me. I'm just so scared. People are living with so much stuff that I don't even know. And when they tell me, I'm just like, oh my God, what do I have? AIP paleo. I basically did a paleo diet to lose weight because I still allowed myself to have grains. But AIP, do elaborate. I had to finally tell myself these industries want us sick. I don't have a healthy relationship with food. I have to tell myself, look, this stuff is killing me. I'm surrounded myself. I'm surrounding myself with positive people. Lipstick, consume. Amy, you smart. You waking up. You woke. Cause I get them so mad at myself because through these years after my weight loss, through my weight loss or whatever, I have learned so much about food and how what is sold in our grocery stores, 97% of it is not food. And it's so hard because, especially with being a mother and feeding your kids, it's like so many people see it to be okay to give their kids anything. And knowing the genes that I have in my body and what my son can potentially go through, it like shocks the shit out of me when I give him bad food, when I give him candy. It's like I'm crying inside when I do shit like that. So it's like, why are you? But at the same time, I want him to be a kid. I want him to experience, fun, right? But I totally understand why. I forget the YouTube channel name, but it's like an African family, I want to say, and they're raw vegan, and the little girl, she's just always drinking a little smoothie, and they're just living off the earth, and I love that. Like I want to get to that so bad, but it's like my background, like my family, and also the other side of his family, it's like they don't eat healthy at all. They might have a vegetable with a meal, but it's probably not raw. And not saying that raw vegan is the only way to eat, but it's just like the more and more I go on living my life, it's like the more I gravitate to earthly things. Like if I could be disciplined enough, or if I would be disciplined enough, because I know I can if I put my mind to it, to be a raw vegan, I probably would. They live so much longer than everybody else. And it makes sense. And they look better than everybody else, okay? That'd be them like 80-year-old black women that still be lifting, looking fire. Y'all know black and crack, but still, white ladies too. Um, and I really don't like this past year after this whole keto thing and the carb binging. My relationship with food has been ass. It's been terrible. I've allowed myself to eat so many things that I told myself I would never eat again in my life, and of course that causes a depression within itself. Not to mention the actual food that you're eating causes depression in itself because these ingredients. I'm going to stop myself in a minute, but these ingredients that are in our foods that we cannot pronounce correctly most of the time fuck up our metabolism and our um, They mess with our hormones and our emotions, and we wonder why everybody is like needing to be on antidepressants, and then the antidepressants cause even more hormone imbalances, and then it's a vicious cycle. I need to see. I need to chill because every time I get on live, I get way too hyped and worked up. I need to put this type of energy into my videos, but it's like I feed off of what you guys are saying in the comments. So it's like, oh my God, yes, let me talk about this, let me talk about that. But when I'm sitting down recording a video, it's like, let me talk about this. Oh yeah, you guys, let me talk about this, and then I'm like, oh my God, I look twitchy. I need to edit that out. See, I just need to be myself more because obviously you guys enjoy me. Um, you just found out autoimmune protocol paleo. It's the same premise as regular paleo, but it's getting rid of grains and wheat and anything else that promotes inflammation within the body. Oh my God, girl, let me show you something. Let me show you something. And now that you've already mentioned that, you're probably like two steps ahead of me. But I picked this if I could get it out of my little thing here. I don't know why I keep it in this pocket, but oh, I could faint right now, you guys. Oh my God, this is gonna bleed. How cringy. How cringy is this? I'm taking this like a man right now because I definitely want to like fall into the fetal position and bawl my eyes out, but it's alright. That just means I need to get my nails done. Coughing. Now, stiletto. Whew. Hold on, y'all. Let me. Oh my God. Now I'm gonna have to go through all of these days of my finger healing and it hurting every time I wash my hands. All for you, Yana. All for you. Oh my God. And I tried to tear off the other side to make it even, and that side's tearing even more down to the skin. Oh my God. Thanks. Anyway, so this is the book that I bought from Barnes and Noble, and it is completely life changing. I love it. My favorite page is page 89. I think I'm lying. It's a different number, but I wanted to sound. Oh, there it is. What number? 207. Salmon steak. This is my absolute favorite. But even with eating salmon, I don't know what it does to me. Like the amount of fat that it has in it. Fats, eating a lot of fat lately has not kept me satisfied like it's supposed to. Like they say it does. It's made me like 10 times hungrier, and I can't understand what's going on. I don't eat pork. What did I just do? Mm, okay. Okay. Can you guys still hear me the same? My headphones not turning on. Okay. Um, that one's sitting in my cart on Amazon. Girl, this is an amazing book, and the reason that I love it so much is because it really breaks down like food allergies in their entirety, and like tells you exactly how to know if you have an allergy to something. Like it breaks down a lot of different things. Gluten, of course. Um, Feedlot animals, foods to avoid. Girls should so much. Definitely get that book, especially if it was like $9.99 like this one was. It's definitely worth it. Um, I hate to ask you, no, you don't. You ask me. I hate to ask you this, but do you take anything to help you get to the bathroom, to do number two, when you water fast to help you get rid of the toxins? That's actually a great question, and you should not feel ashamed to ask yourself. Because last time I did not, and I actually wondered why am I not sleeping after like the second day or after the first day. I'm like, I should be getting all this off, but this time I'm going to be smart, and I actually purchased a system, a 7 day cleanse, um, which is all natural from post from Nature's Secret. I believe it's a two-step or two supplement. Like there's two bottles that you take at the same time, um, morning and evening, and you like it starts out like you take one of each one day, the next day you take two, and the next day three, and you go like that until they're gone. And actually, I think you only take three, up to three. Like you take one, two, three, 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 put it down. But um, those work so amazing. And I've never done a colonoscopy before, but I like it. You know, I'm all about the food. I'm not no type of ashamed to talk about it because, especially with people who are either overweight or have problems with their digestion, it's so normal, especially these days, especially with the food we eat, to not go to the bathroom regularly. And with destroying my body, my metabolism, my body for more than half of my lifetime, it's not surprising that I'm not regular, even when I eat a very healthy diet for the most part. So I'm constantly looking for something like, girl, you gotta what? There's a cleanse from food. I gotta go get it. What? Oh, okay, we're gonna go get that. I'm all about the cleanse. So, like I said, it's neutral, and I purchased it in Insulin. I don't think I think we should be able to write um, comments in here too, like that to you guys. But if I could, I would prefer it. But no, you know what? Let me see if this helps to put my what? What? Um, um, like, I was just recently had a doctor tell me of what to do, what to do, the brain. That's an interesting fact. I'm not surprised by it at all. I didn't. Um, that's one of the reasons that I feel so bad. Um, can you guys still hear me? Or is it sounding worse? Oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh my god. How do you supposed to feel? Some people don't. Yeah, I drink my medium size shake only. Listen to this. Only when I've had like an intense treat. Like when I know like when it's a holiday and I know I'm gonna eat. I know I'm gonna eat too much. I know I'm gonna eat the wrong thing. that is when I would take magnesium. Otherwise, I don't like to take it. I like to be old fashioned, take my ass to the gym, work the hell out, sweat it out, pay for it physically, and try to scare myself away from doing it. But um, the last time I took magnesium was actually the day after, no, was Christmas night, um, because I knew I would be feeling crazy when I woke up in the morning if I didn't. So that was the worst experience I ever had with magnesium at all, ever in my life. And it was. But I took it in a plastic bottle instead of in a glass bottle. And there was like no stage on it for one. It was so hard for me to drink. Like I was almost throwing up drinking. And when I woke up in the morning, I felt like I had like drink the whole fist of Kenny to myself. I was I was done. I was like, no, this isn't right. I think I'm dying. I literally felt like I was dying. I never had pain in my chest that bad ever. And I saw somebody comment on one of my videos or one of my lives saying their mom died from drinking magnesium. And I feel like it would be very hard to be proven that you died solely from drinking magnesium sulfate when it's like said that you can drink it every single day. But I don't know what it is about it. Like, to really put things in perspective and really think about ever doing it again. Um, let me